Morning, everybody. Yeah, I was going to do this last night, but got in late and just wanted to sleep. But wanted to come on here and give you my thoughts. Of course, this being non-spoiler, might do a spoiler review or edition in a little while. But wanted to give you my thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home. If it sounds like I'm a little tired, I just woke up a little bit ago. Want to do this as quickly as I can because my mom is asleep, and of course she's off this summer being a school teacher and everything, so there you go. Anyway, wanted to give you my thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home, non-spoiler. I can't say anything more than I think, honestly, anybody else has said. Definitely go and see this movie. It is funny. It is at times emotional. It's definitely action-packed. And I will put it this way, it does exactly what a lot of people felt needed to be done, but done right. I mean, I've heard what people like Joe and others have said about it, Angry Joe that is, and others have kind of touched upon. And basically, they are right about some of the things here. I mean, what you get with Mysterio, you can kind of see coming, but I don't want to give too much away till I get to spoilers. And what you get with MJ, Zendaya, I think that's Zendaya. I think that's her name. Who plays the girl that plays MJ. You get a different take on MJ that you haven't gotten in a while. I think honestly with MJ, Mary Jane here, is you get a version of her of what you kind of see of what you kind of see maybe in Ultimate Spider-Man, and a little bit of what you get in Spectacular. Because with Zendaya, I think that's her name, portrayal with Zendaya's Zendaya's portrayal of Mary Jane, I could definitely see that if they wanted to in the future, that they could make Zendaya. They can make this Mary Jane, I should say. They could definitely make this Mary Jane into Spider Girl of this universe. I can, excuse me. I can see that. I could see Mary Jane being like the Spider Girl of this universe. And who's to say they won't go that route? I mean, I'll put it this way: the chemistry between Zendaya and Tom Holland's character of Mary Jane and Peter Parker, they work great here. I mean, I like the fact that with Mary Jane, they don't make it too oblivious to her that something is up with Peter. Like Mary Jane is kind of smart enough to kind of figure out what's going on, and then later on kind of, acknowledges something's up to Peter. It's like she kind of figures something's going on, but again, I don't want to give too much away. The story, here's the thing, some people, now, even though I have this, I have yet to watch it. And I know that sounds crazy, right? I've only seen glimpses here and there. But when you work and everything, and you can't take the time sometimes you got to find the time to watch something like this, right? And I can definitely. What was I trying to say? I just totally lost my train of thought here, folks. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is what people talk about Michael Keaton's character in here as the Vulture. Some are correct in the fact that you kind of see something similar in the story with this story's antagonist. You kind of see the similar plot threads and everything as far as the villain is concerned. It's like it's kind of like basically you have all these disgruntled. Basically, what the vibe I'm getting here, and I'm sure I'm not the only one alone that gets this, is you got all these. Is that with this film, with that film, and now this film, you have these disgruntled employees or ex-employees of Tony Stark's that feel they were underappreciated. That just because they're tech, um, was joked about or, just joked about or insulted in a way, that basically they felt insulted their intelligence and made them feel unappreciated. Um, yeah, you kind of get that similar plot line, I will say that, but they expand, but what I see here is they expand on it because we see that there's a lot more to this whole disgruntled employee deal with the villain here and what they're up to. Now, overall, it is, like I said, it is funny, it is emotional. You can definitely tell that there are certain characters and everything that may not be as nice as they seem to be. I mean, like on the outside, they may seem to be, but on the inside, they're not. You know. So yeah, it's like it's just basically it's a story that to me was good. I'll put it this way. I mean, you could definitely. I mean, here's the thing that I like. It's like they do address the whole 5-year deal. You know, it's like they address the whole 5-year deal here, and I'll get into that in the spoilers. But they address it in a way to where if that happened in real life, it'd be like, what the heck's going on? I mean, it's done in a way that makes it believable. So I do enjoy that. And again, there are some very funny comedic moments in here. Mostly this is treated like a superhero comedy. But it's treated like one of those superhero comedy or comedy films that has heart, that will have emotion, it will have some drama, it will have action. But its main focus is to kind of be lighthearted. It's like, if you went and saw Endgame and you saw Infinity War before that, it's like, all those emotional roller coasters, and this one is to kind of lift your spirits, like kind of take you out of that rift, if you will. Kind of take you out of that depressing, we just saw Endgame and we saw this happen. It kind of builds you back. It kind of brings you out of that sadness from Endgame and puts more lightheartedness. Like, hey, you have to move on. It's the time to move on. And, as well, it's not, like I said, it's like basically it gives you the impression of, yeah, there's going to be dark times, but there's going to be better times. And it's great. It's just overall this film definitely takes that, like I said, that sadness and lifts and removes it from you in the end. Because not only does it accomplish its goal in a sense with Peter's character, kind of bringing it full circle when it comes to Tony's, but it really kind of to me, sets the stages for the next phase of MCU films in the long run, especially with what you get throughout. Because there is a few moments, especially towards the end, where, especially with the mid and post-credit scenes, that you kind of feel like they're setting up something different. They're setting up something big. But what is it? We don't know. So, overall, this may have not been the best non-spoiler review, I'll tell you that, because like I said, I just woke up a little bit ago. And I'm doing this on the fly and unscripted. But I will say that if you have not seen Spider-Man Far From Home, whether you did not see an advanced screening, whether you didn't see it last night, I highly recommend that you go and see this. You go and see this film for what it is. You go and see it, and I guarantee you, you will enjoy this film. There's no doubt about it. It's very good. It is tremendous. I mean, Deluxe Man, Alex, took his time yesterday before he watched SmackDown and before he saw SmackDown to see Spider-Man Far From Home. And he loved it. He enjoyed it. I mean, again, everything just comes full circle. And again, there are moments in there that will make you laugh. Especially, throughout, like when it comes to Happy, when it comes to, Aunt May. It's just so, it's just so good. It's just, basically, like I said, it just takes that depressingness that you get with Infinity War and you kind of got with Endgame, and it kind of lifts it and takes it away. And yes, it touches upon it in a big way. Now, like I said, it touches upon it in a big way, but obviously, in the end, its goal is to kind of move forward and lighten the load. And to me, kind of give us an idea, I think, of what the MCU is going to be in for in the next phase of movies down the line. So, overall though, I highly recommend watching this. Go out and see it. If you want to go see a movie this 4th of July weekend, this is the movie to see. Me and my family were lucky to see it yesterday on opening day at the 3:40 p.m. showing. Which wasn't crowded, thankfully. But then again, it was just one theater. I'm sure a lot of people went to go see the 3D version. But it wasn't crowded in the theater we were in, so it was good. It was very good. So, really, guys, that's all I can say on this non-spoiler review. Again, maybe not the best, but I will be back in a moment to give you my spoiler review on Spider-Man Far From Home. So, guys, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Talk to y'all later.